Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Our first story proves that sometimes the customer is not always right, especially when they're shopping at the wrong store entirely. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. Just refund me. Customer confidently demands cash, realizes too late he's in the wrong store. So years ago, I worked in a very large home improvement store, one of the largest in our company, in fact. I was hired as a cashier, but was quickly put in charge of returns as I was quick to assess problems with the items, but was slow at ringing them up and nearly refused to answer the phones due to not liking to talk to people on phones. I've since gotten over this. But working returns in a home improvement store means that I meet every stupid person that walks through our doors. Something to know about me, I'm fairly quick-witted, and my name may explain how I generally feel about people. Anyway, I was working one day, everything going normal, when a seemingly well-minded gent walks in with a bunch of spare parts. The meeting begins with the normal introduction of how I can help him, moving on to him explaining he was repairing his house and had leftover parts that were unused. Just quickly looking over them, they looked like they were in perfect condition, so I began to scan them into our system. Our system, in short, checks if we sold this product at our location in the last 2 years first, then after we scan the receipt, gives us the price and method of repayment. Bing, bam, boom, job done. Except for the fact that everything I scanned said that it wasn't in our system. I apologized to him and asked for the receipt. He pulled it out of his pocket and handed it to me, saying he only bought it last week and we should be able to give him a refund. I look at the receipt and indeed it was purchased last week, but I cannot refund him still. Customer: well, why not? Me: we don't sell these items here, sir. Customer: yes, you do. I bought it last week. Look at the receipt. Me: yes, sir, but if you look here. Customer: just give me my money back. Me: I can't. If you look here. Customer: I don't care, just scan my stuff and give me my money back. Me, frustrated from not being able to get a word in to explain: here, sir, I'll make a bet with you. Pulls out my wallet. If you can find the items in our store and give me the SKU number for them that matches the ones on the receipt, I will refund the full price and I'll throw in $10 of my own money for you. Sound like a deal? Customer, taking his things forcefully back: sounds like free money to me. 30 minutes later, customer sheepishly wanders back and mumbles something about how all the items are different now and how he had a hard time finding things. Me: want me to explain why now? Customer nods. I pull back out his receipt from his bag and hold it next to my vest. On my vest, there's the store's logo, one that is house-shaped, next to my name, and on the receipt is another logo for a competitor, one that's a square. He looks at them back and forth for what felt like an entire minute before I see the bulb click above his head. He doesn't say another word, just motions for his receipt back, then tries to go out the entrance, which is a one-way automatic door. He turns back, confused, to see me already pointing in the direction of the exit. The moment he realized he was at the wrong store must have been priceless. Props to you for handling it with patience and humor. It's amazing how confidently people can insist they're right until they realize their mistake. Also, the bonus moment of him trying to leave through the entrance was pure comedy gold. Perfect icing on the cake. And our second story. Sticker fraudster gets busted at checkout. His face was priceless. Some background. I work at a farm and home store retail. I'm a cashier at the service desk, which means I deal with returns and also check out customers. We have a clearance section for things that are broken or we have too many of a product or need them gone. When things go on clearance, we have these little sticker guns that make little orange stickers with the new price on them. The sticker tells the date the sticker was made as well as the new price. On to the story. The other day I was having a so-so day when a customer brings up a high-end handheld light. I ring it up and it turns out to be $30. AC is angry customer, M is me. M: your total's $30. AC turns over and taps a clearance sticker. This should mean it's on clearance, right? I take a look at it and realize that the sticker is for $1.26. You read that right. I checked the package to see if anything was missing or broken or if it was a previous return. Open packages, can't make as much profit reselling it. Everything looked neat and clean and new. Package was still new. Me. I'm sorry, sir. I don't think I can do this because of the large price difference. Obviously, I noticed this shouldn't be clearanced. AC, what do you mean? The tag says $1.26. My dad came by earlier and saw how cheap it was that he called and told me about it. I'm sitting here thinking, first off, if your dad found it for $1.26 when he was here, why didn't he buy it? This is a store that most people come in with at least $20 because you don't really come in here to casually look around. I'm sorry, sir. I really can't do this. AC, I drove all the way here from town 20 miles away just for this product. If you guys have the wrong price on a product, that's not my fault, and you should give it to me for that price because of your mistake. Don't make me get your manager. Me. Okay, sir, let me change it for you. Now I know that when a cashier puts in a price change exceeding 50%, you need a manager to come up to the service desk to manually override it. I planned on this because I'm tired of arguing, seeing I'm getting nowhere and he won't listen to me, and I know the manager's going to take my side on this. We really can't do a price change like that. CM, cool manager. CM, what's up? M, I need a price override on this product. It's originally $30 and there's a clearance sticker for $1.26. At this point, AC's looking pretty smug. CM, we can't do that. AC, but that's what the sticker says. You guys can't false advertise like that. You should give it to me for $1.26 because that's what the sticker says. CM, sir, we can get fired if we give this product to you for this low. At this point, I noticed that there appeared to be another sticker under the $1.26 sticker. The date on the $1.26 sticker says 9/23/24. I pick up the product and gently peel off the top sticker. Underneath is a sticker that says $25 and dated 11/3/24. You can put two and two together. M, speaking to my manager, it looks like this sticker was peeled off from another product and stuck on this one. At this point, AC's getting red-faced and flustered. CM, addressing AC, we can give you this for $25, but that's the lowest we can go. AC, fine, whatever. I've been here long enough anyway. He paid and hastily rushed out. My manager and I shared a knowing look. We warned the other cashiers that some will do this, especially around holiday seasons. Always check the stickers below it to make sure the date's at least sequential. Hooray for stupid tag swaps. If you're going to do this, don't give yourself more than a 50% discount. The stupidest one I saw was someone put a sticker for a 25-cent flooring sample on a $40 shelving unit. And our last story. Entitled neighbor thinks my land is her personal park, loses city council seat over it. A couple of years back, I inherited a beautiful wooded property from my grandfather in Pennsylvania. He had about 30 acres of land filled with winding trails and lush greenery. Growing up, I spent every holiday exploring those trails, riding the old ATV and enjoying the nature. It was a place filled with memories, and I was eager to ensure it stayed that way. Soon after inheriting the land, I decided to revisit those trails and clear any debris, making sure everything was pristine. As I cruised down the familiar paths, enjoying the nostalgia, I noticed something peculiar. A brand new trail veering off into an unfamiliar direction. Intrigued, I turned my ATV onto this unexpected route. After driving for several minutes, I emerged from the trees and found myself staring directly into the well-manicured backyard of an unfamiliar house. Confused and concerned, I immediately turned around and headed back to my own property, determined to discuss this with my husband. When I explained what I'd found, my husband, Luke, suggested we confront whoever had created this new trail. Later that afternoon, we hopped on our ATV and followed the mysterious path back to the neighboring house. Upon arrival, we found a woman standing in her yard, hands on hips, eyeing us suspiciously. "Excuse me," Luke began politely, "but were you aware this trail crosses directly onto our property?" The woman scowled immediately. "That trail was overgrown and unused. I spent months clearing it out so my family and I could enjoy the woods." Luke calmly but firmly replied, "I understand you worked hard, but you can't simply create trails on land you don't own. It's clearly marked as private property." "Listen," she snapped, stepping forward aggressively. "We moved here for the peace and quiet. I won't have anyone telling me where I can or can't walk." "Ma'am, it's private land. We have no issues with neighbors, but you should respect property lines," Luke reiterated. She crossed her arms defiantly. "If you block off that trail, I'll sue you. My family deserves to enjoy these woods." Realizing the conversation was going nowhere, we returned home and placed a clear barrier and multiple no trespassing signs along the trail. Yet within days, we discovered our signs torn down and the barriers moved. Luke installed trail cameras to gather evidence, hoping to end this peacefully. One afternoon, our cameras caught the woman, whom we'd since learned was named Karen, leading a group of friends through our land, loudly complaining about the nerve of these new property owners to restrict her access. Fed up with her arrogance, we contacted local authorities and shared our footage. Days later, Karen and her husband appeared at our door, seething. "How dare you call the cops on us?" she screeched. "Do you know who I am? I'm on the city council." Luke remained composed, replying calmly, "It doesn't matter who you are. Trespassing is illegal, council member or not." "You'll regret this," Karen spat venomously. "I'll have you tangled in lawsuits for years." Despite her threats, when the authorities reviewed our evidence, they sided with us immediately. Karen received a stern warning and citation for trespassing. Not long after, it emerged that several other neighbors had also had issues with her entitlement and disrespect. Due to mounting complaints and negative attention, she resigned from the city council, embarrassed by the backlash. Luke and I restored our trail, reclaiming our privacy, and every now and then, as we walked our wooded paths, we'd share a laugh, grateful to have our little corner of paradise back, Karen-free. The classic, "Do you know who I am?" It's always satisfying seeing entitled neighbors get exactly what they deserve. Imagine the audacity of thinking you can just carve out your own hiking trail on someone else's land. Glad you reclaimed your little paradise from Karen. Sounds like the neighborhood will be better off without her in any official role. Justice served with a side of sweet revenge. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.